All right, guys, how you doing? Greetings from Malta. Getting ready for the non-farm payrolls announcement later today. I've been getting a lot of questions on, where I'm at with payouts. I think I'm closing in on a couple hundred grand over the last 5 months, which is awesome. And I want to show you just a little bit of the types of plays I'm looking for to generate these payouts. We will start doing some live streaming when I kind of get ready for that. But for right now, I'll just start sharing bits and pieces. So this is my UProfit 150K live zero account. You can see right there. You got it right there. And so basically what you can see here, the first trade that got me off to a great start on this account is right here on the 22nd of November, which is about 2 weeks ago. I hit a nice big winner there for about 11 grand. And that just got me off to a fantastic start with this account. And since then, I've just been going for my $200 days because obviously, I want to lock in that profit and get a payout. So I just requested a payout for this account. They do cap your payout at $3,500. So you can see my current balance right now is 161,465. I've got 7 winning trades here, 1 losing trade. You can see there's my profit, there's my loss. You can see here's where I requested the payout on December 4th. They do say 24 hours, but obviously you can see I requested mine on the 4th and it still shows requested. Nothing has happened. So I will keep you guys posted on that. Never had any issues with UProfits and not expecting anything, following the rules, not micro scalping. You're not trying to take advantage of the sim environment. Don't do any of that stuff. Just trade for real. And if you're a good trader and you've got good setups, you'll make money, and the prop firms will hopefully honor that if you use the right prop firms like UProfit, TopStep, Tradeify, the ones that have been around and have a reputation for paying, people who, follow the rules. All right. So what you can see here is if I go down here and load all this, this is that first trade. And we'll look at the charts here in a second. But you can see that I went short the Nasdaq. That was November 22nd. At 9:50. So this was, 20 minutes after the open, and I shorted at 28.29.75, but let's just call it 28.30, right? I shorted 6 contracts, and then you can see I held this trade for about 40 minutes here. I covered at 27.40, and that's where I made that $10,740. So, that's a 90-point move right there that I caught for 6 contracts, which is really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and show that to you on the charts. And then you can see also, once I get these, $200 days, I'm not scalping at all. I'm just looking for, quicker setups, obviously, because I just want to get my $200 days. I'm being conservative, only using 1 contract. I'm holding these trades for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, sometimes 8 minutes, things like that. And now with my current $11,000 balance, let's see, where am I at? 11,465 is what I'm up. I'm taking 3,500 as the payout, so that'll knock me down to whatever, like 8 grand, and then I'm just going to continue to trade this account. I've also got a live 50K account here with I think about 4,500 bucks in it right now, something like that. Let's go ahead and look. I'm not even sure. No, the other one. So this one has 2,700 in profit, but the other one here I think has about 4,500 ish. 4,200 in profit. So, I'll be working my way towards payouts on those as well. Really excited about that. Of course, I got my TopStep XFAs. TopStep did pay me 8 grand again. I think that money hit a couple days ago, something like that. I'm working on 6 sim to funded Tradeify accounts. I'm halfway to the profit target, and hopefully that'll be about an $18,000 payout. So, hope to get there within the next week or so. All right, let's go ahead and look at the charts regarding that big trade I hit on this 150K live zero UProfit account. So this is my Owings market analysis. I know it kind of looks confusing, but it really isn't. All you've got, I like to use the volume-based bar charts here. This is my Sierra Charts platform. So you can see here that just each one of these bars right there, right? Let's go ahead and make it the frame. Each one of these, this is just, based on volume. So it's 50,000 contracts of the Nasdaq will give me the high the low, and the close of each bar every 50,000 contracts. So it's pretty, it's pretty straightforward. And then I like to do my lower time period divisible by 5. So this is just 10,000 contract bars here, right? So every 5 of these here make one of these. It's really not complicated. It's just multiple time period analysis. And then what I do is I just use my setups. I've got the overlay here, so you can see, I've got my envelope in green here, right? I've got my near lows in blue. I've got my near highs in red, all that stuff. So the higher time period stuff is overlaid here onto the lower time period because I want to see where I'm at, right? So, so I'm going to go over this trade here so I can show you how I made that 11 grand because this is one of my favorite setups, and I'll start sharing, these types of setups with you guys because, even when you share your setups, it's they don't work all the time. But if you use good risk management and try and pick your spots, you'll have an edge and you can make consistent money like I'm doing and like I'm proving with my prop firm track record, right? So at the open here, I could see with my Owings market analysis, right? I could see that we had resistance up here, right, from the previous day's close. We're in congestion here, according to my Owings trading concepts, right? I define everything. What type of trading am I in right now? Because I want to try and place my trade in line with the current type of trading, right? If we're in a trending environment, I don't want to look to my congestion range-bound playbook, right? If we're in a range-bound environment, I don't want to look to my trending playbook. So it's really important to define these concepts, which I do, and then know what type of environment you're in, and then place your trades accordingly. Super important. So you can see here, we're just range bound, right? We're going down, up, down, right? We're in a range. So I could see coming into the day here, the New York Open, we opened right around here. Here's the point of control. This is the value area high in blue. This is the value area low. So this is volume profile stuff. We got the footprint chart over here, which we'll talk about in a second. So when this started to push up at the New York Open and we were gunning for these highs up here, I was looking at my higher time period chart here going, okay, look, we've got that high connector trend line. We've got this low connector trend line. When those things stack up like that, boom, right in there, right at these highs, that's a real good resistance level. You can see here, see these yellow dots here and here? That's these trend lines right there overlaid onto this chart, right? So when we got right here at about 9:37 a.m. Eastern, you can see that's 28, 30, 40. That's right where I shorted. I shorted here at 28.29. You remember I showed you on my back office UProfit 150K account there. It was 28.29 I shorted at. And you can see I was a little bit early, but you guys got to realize I see people putting their stops so close because they're so scared of losing money. You can't do that. The Nasdaq is a wild beast. You've got to put your stops, you got to give it a little bit of room and give the trade a chance to work, or you're never, ever going to make any money, right? And you can't panic once the thing starts going against you because, so many times they'll just make these little runs like this. Like I shorted here and then it got pushed up higher here to shake out those weak shorts, right? So I could see here as this was pushing higher, look at my footprint here. The buying, is that aggressive buying right there? No, you only have the ask volume minus the bid volume. So this is people, aggressive buyers versus aggressive sellers. You've only got a print there of 30 on that chart right there, meaning there's not aggressive buyers there. This is likely just pushing higher to take out some weak shorts. And my guess was like, hey, we're gonna drop on this. So I held my short through here, my 6 contracts, and the next bar. And by the way, when you're trading, for those of you who trade, that 1 minute feels like 5 hours, right? So when I'm sitting in this trade for 40 minutes, it feels like 6 months, right? Because every tick you're watching, because I'm keeping an eye on what's going on, right? Because I want to manage my risk. So we had this big drop here, right? All of a sudden you can see we're back to 28.10, right? So I'm up at this point about 20 points, right? On 6 contracts. So, that's $400 a contract, right? That's $2,400 in profit that I'm up at this point. But do you think that that I'm not tempted to pull that off? Of course I'm tempted. I'm staring $2,400 in the face. Obviously I want that profit, but I know that my target is not coming into play until down here around the value area low, because I'm shorting up here, the top of the volume profile range. And I think we're in a congestion range bound day. So I'm looking for it to cycle back down to the bottom. So I can't pull my trade off here. I just can't do it, right? So I let it play out. And you can see, look, they went all the way back up here. At this point, my stop was above this high. That's where it was. And, I'm sitting here thinking, geez, are they going to run it back up and take these stops out? Of course, the mind starts to play all kinds of games with what's going to happen, right? But as soon as I saw this push right up in here fail, and you see, again, we're running into these trend lines here, my higher time period trend lines, those two yellow dots right there. And then we get a beautiful little pocket here. You see these red lines here, little pocket. You got my extension trend line, this low through that high. You see that pink dot, you can kind of see right there. Anyways, all this stuff using Owings trading concepts, it's just lining up here. And I'm thinking, okay, I feel pretty darn good about this. To be honest with you, if I could have gone more contracts, even though I was short 6, this is where I would have added. But I was already at my max position of 6 contracts, so I couldn't add. So then when this thing started to drop, obviously I started to feel better here. But still, again, the psychological aspect of trading, you're up $2,400. It goes all the way back against you, takes all that profit out, goes back down. Now you're up $2,400 again. You're like, oh my God, should I take this thing off? No. Let it play out. I mean, if this is your target area, fine, take it off. But if you've got reason to believe it should go further, you've got to let the thing run. I mean, you're not going to make any money unless you capitalize on these big trades, because these are the outsized wins that are going to pay for all your small losses, right? So as this thing started to drop here, you remember from the UProfit dashboard I showed you, we covered at 740, which was, right down in here. Pretty darn good cover, if you ask me, right there, 740. So that was damn near the low right there, right? And why did I cover there? Well, 2 reasons. Well, probably more than that, but we're in a range-bound day on my higher time period charts, right? So I'm expecting a move back down here and then cycle back up. So I don't, we're in the profit area. I got to take my profit, right? We're also right at the value area low, that cyan blue right there. I don't need the actual volume profile anymore. To me, the most important is, where value's at, right? So once we got down here to the value area low, I thought, that's a darn good place to, take my profit. And check this out. We're right at my extension trend line, that pink dot. It was tested, held on close. That's a really good sign that this support level is going to be strong. And then what do you see here? Using my OTC, we're trending down, right? I took profit here, which, for my reasons I just explained to you. And then what happens? We're trending, and then boop, there's the pop. You get a close right above the live middle, the moving average envelope right there, that, green dot, right? And we've got this turning point trend line, that yellow dot right below. That's support. So we close above that. So I can see, using my analysis here, we've got a lot of support here. And then guess what? Look, the footprint, you start to see the buying coming. You see the selling is the trend down. Then we get congestion entrance up, right? We're looking for the reversal back up. The buying comes in. You can see it on the footprint, right? And then boom, off to the races we go. I was happy. I already made my, almost $11,000. So I just kind of walked away at that point. But this is also a really good buying opportunity to make 11 grand all the way back up, right? So you can see, once you have a set of tools that work and allow you to define what's going on in the market. Are we in congestion? Are we trending? How do I trade that in relation to the volume profile? All these kind of things. This is where you can start to, put yourself in a position to make good, consistent money, because you've identified your trading patterns. You categorize them. You got your playbook, as Mike, what's his name, Bellafiore at SMB Capital says. You got to have your playbook. I've got my playbook using my OTC, my Owings market analysis with my trading concepts, and it works really, really well. Does it work all the time? No, nothing does. But the point is, you got to capitalize on these big winners, and it's so important. So I look forward to sharing more of this kind of stuff with you guys now that I'm a little more settled on the world tour. We're going to be settled here for, a few months. And I got a nice place to stream from, so we'll do some live streaming. And then, after this, are we going to be off to Costa Rica, or maybe we were thinking about going all the way down to Uruguay right now, but I was like, I kind of want to stay in Europe, for a few more months. So we went from the Canary Islands. Now we're in Malta. Malta's awesome, by the way. I'll do some videos for you guys. Like, it's the coolest place I think I've ever been. But then after this, we'll probably explore Costa Rica and then Uruguay. We'll go to that side of the world. But right now, just trading, having fun, making money, and just basically riding the wave, enjoying the process. That's what it's all about. I really look forward to trading every single day. And obviously, it gets to be a lot more fun when you're making money, right? So it's not fun when you're struggling, but we've all been there. We all had to struggle to get to the point where we are consistent. So just kind of hang in there if you're still struggling, if you're still looking for payouts, you're still looking for consistency. You know, you'll get there, I think, if you just stay persistent. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. Longer video than I thought it would be, but it's nice to catch up, and I hope you're all doing well. I'm looking forward to the jobs report later today. I will let you know how I do. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting day. Take care, you guys. Good luck today. Bye.